Steven, while not bad, I don't know that Alien Force Season 3 has that same punch as Season 1 and 2 just because of the lack of like a through line. The Hybrid War does a lot of kind of heavy lifting for plot and continuity that I think Season 3 just lacks.
It's not bad. I think that Season 3 does get a lot of hate. Alien Force Season 3 gets a lot of hate within the Ben 10 community. And I think it's because we come from Seasons 1 and 2. But I would compare it a lot to Ben 10 Classics Season 4, which was a filler season. It was admitted to be a filler season to get us over to Ben 10 Alien Force.
You look at like Merry Christmas. You look at like the Road Crew episode. Yes. It's just nothing really.
Which, while that is a hated episode, I don't think Ben 10 Classic Season 4 gets as much hate as Ben 10 Alien Force Season 3. When I think quality-wise, they're on the same level. They really are.
Maybe because the first series does kind of meander, and it doesn't like go backwards as far as like maturity, where Season 3 does.
Right. Yeah.
Like Classics always got that kind of through line of like Ben being a jerk and not really
being dumb 10-year-old.
Yes, and
disgusting.
And now when Ben makes jokes and is kind of mean, it's like, okay, well that's not really his character anymore.
Right.
Like we've gone through links and jumped through hoops to say Ben is actually evolved and he's become a better.
Right.
So there's regression. Obviously, that's been talked to death. So we don't want to.
I don't hate Season 3. Is it a weak point in the series? Yes. But is it still watchable and enjoyable? Absolutely.
Of course. There's the Wrath episode, bro. Alone.
Which we haven't gotten to yet. But
we haven't gotten to. But I think that's like the bright spot in this is like, that continues like throughout the whole series is like one of my favorite things with characters.
And then you get to like this trio of episodes that we're watching in this episode. While you have something bad where the Vreedle brothers, in my opinion, I don't like them. I hate everything about them. I bring up the fact that I just hate hillbilly caricatures in general. I hate everything about hillbillies. But then you have like really good like gold nuggets of awesomeness when it comes to the sleeper agent Hybrid, where he wakes up and there's like a whole conspiracy. He's trying to like blow up the earth and stuff. That's so good as just a self-contained episode. So like Season 3 does have banger episodes.
Yeah. Thank you for joining us. This is the Binge Warmers. My name is Hopper, the smart shopper.
My name is Steven. That's it.
Today we're looking at 3 more episodes from Ben 10 Alien Force Season 3. 3 on 3.
Yep.
We didn't really plan that, but you guys seem to like when we did 3 episodes, an episode of ours, so we're going to keep that kind of going. Last week's episode was titled Ben 10 Alien Force Lost Its Way in Season 3. We have a highlighted comment here from Botanga. Jank Botico.
I love that.
Do you know Jank Botico?
I don't.
That's what that reminds me of for some reason.
Jank Botico, what's this?
Says, that's crazy. Simple is one of my favorite episodes in the franchise. It's been a while since I watched it like a few years ago, but I remember loving it.
Well, I'm usually the one with the hot takes in the Ben 10 community.
That is true. I guess it goes to show you.
This guy's got me stumped.
It goes to show you there is a market for every episode, even the ones that, typically we don't consider good. But if that person loves it, then good for them. I'm glad that they get some enjoyment out of that.
I mean, I can't say much. I do enjoy the Ben 4 Good Buddy episode. So
I think it's fun. It's got some merits to it. We did poll you guys to see which of the 3 episodes that we looked at last week was worst. Out of Inferno, Fool's Gold, and Simple, 54% of the votes went to Fool's Gold.
I really think Simple's worse.
I do too.
I really do.
The Simple, at least, there's nothing going on. It's boring.
Here's
it's
the thing.
Same
I think it's so forgetable.
Yes.
And so people don't remember how bad it is. Whereas you say Fool's Gold and they go, oh, they were pooping gold and it's a popcorn festival. That's stupid. You know what I mean?
I would much rather take something that's interestingly bad than something that's boring.
Yes. And Simple was so boring.
It's boring. Thank you for commenting. Leave your comments on this video, and we'll highlight another one next week. This week, we're looking at the episodes Vreedle, Singlehanded, and If All Else Fails. Gotcha. 3 kind of middling episodes that don't really have much weight on the franchise besides introducing characters or something. We're gonna start with Vreedle.
I just got to get my bit out of the way because I mentioned it earlier. And I really noticed it when I was watching it here because I always hated the Vreedle brothers.
You can skip around if you want to go to a different episode that we're talking about here. Okay, go ahead.
I've always hated the Vreedle brothers. I don't like them. I don't like hillbilly characters.
Wait, pause. Make sure to like and subscribe and hit the notification bell, and also comment for your chance to be on next week's video. I think I already said that part.
The Vreedle brothers suck.
Hang on, pause.
Okay, you're doing the rest of this video by yourself, buddy.
It was a bit. I'm just
I know you were. the hillbilly caricature always comes in a duo, right? Some big dumb oaf of a brother, and then the smart sophisticated one. He's just as stupid as the other one, but he's somehow learned vocabulary.
I speak good.
Yeah, and it's so I hate the term like the accents, the inflections.
Yeah,
and this is coming from someone who lives in the southern part of the U.S.
That's probably why you hate them so much.
Yeah, because like there's rednecks and there's hillbillies. I don't have a problem with you being a redneck country person.
Sure.
Being a hillbilly, you piss me off, dude. I hate the voice. And it's not the actual hillbillies. It's just the caricature of them. I don't like the Hatfield McCoy feel, the overalls, the straw hats. Grosses me out. I don't know. Something about it just grosses me out, makes me just feel uneasy.
I remember not liking the Vreedles very much as a child, but kind of coming back to them, I don't think I dislike them as much. Maybe just because I know what we're going into with the Vreedles. We're like... Ma and Pa Vreedle get introduced. It's a whole family line.
You always have the Ma come in too. It's a big old lady.
I don't like to.
Oh, you done messed up. You pissed off our Ma. Ugh, pisses me off, dude.
Ma Vreedle, I guess power scaling wise, is more powerful than Vilgax.
Shut the f up with the power scaling.
No, she's more powerful than Vilgax, what I'm saying.
No, she's not.
Because Vilgax is going to invade Earth one day or something. This is an omniverse, so take it with a grain of salt. You know, it's for played up for laughs.
Yeah.
But Ma Vreedle comes in, he's like, sorry, Ben, I'll see you later. And he just leaves.
That doesn't make him stronger. It just means that maybe he doesn't want to get into hand-to-hand combat because she probably smells like crap.
Yeah, she probably does. I do like
urine.
Cat urine.
Cat urine.
Oh, she does look like she smells like cat pee. Yeah. But my favorite theory of that, like why Vilgax runs away, is because they used to date. So he's like, that's my ex-girlfriend. I got to get out of here.
That. Like the voice. Do the voice of the guy.
Give me Rhomboid or
the fat one.
The fat one he's Rhomboid. He's Rob Paulson. He's kind of like Paul. Yeah, I'm trying to find the goop.
Yeah, the voice whistling, voice cracking stuff. It just irritates. It gets under my skin in a way I've never really understood.
I'm sure it's like referenced something else before this, but it reminds me of the old dog from Fox and the Hound.
Yes, absolutely.
So I'm with you. I don't want to get.
You know, I say recently, but I've recently watched that movie. It's like 4 months ago. It's pretty good.
It holds up.
It's a great movie.
That's a great movie.
It's a sad movie.
I can't speak on the second one. I haven't seen that since I was a kid.
Oh, it's a musical, so you know I love it. It's got Reba McEntire and it's got Patrick Swayze.
What a weird cast.
Yeah, it's a great movie. I like it a lot.
Which one do you like out of the two of the Vreedles?
Neither. I don't like either of them.
What's the first?
They remind me of those people from the SpongeBob movies. Like, what'll be, fellas? Mustard or ketchup?
I like Octagon okay. He's at least competent. Rhomboid is like the dumbest.
Yeah.
And
he blows up the police robot at the very beginning of the episode.
Yeah, what was that about? It was just a random... Yeah. Was it a plumber robot? We talked about that. Like, why is there a speed limit in space in the first place?
There shouldn't be. That's stupid. I didn't even think about that until just now.
I like to blow them up good.
Yeah, you're taking the risk of being in space to begin.
Right.
You should go as fast as you want.
They roll the window down, too. I don't know if you remember that.
My God.
They roll the window down to talk to them.
I hate this. Oh, God, I hate this. I hate it so much.
I just hate, like, space bureaucracy. It shouldn't exist.
Who's in charge?
Who's in charge? The Galvins?
Yeah.
They shouldn't exist.
No.
The court's dumb. The fact that they get, like, a permit for repoing, like, that's dumb.
All of it.
You gave ship away.
Because you're superseding planet law.
Yeah.
I've talked about this several times now with this season specifically. Earth has not agreed to any of these freaking bylaws. Sure, the plumbers did, right? And the plumbers have self-proclaimed themselves speakers of Earth.
Yeah.
I didn't vote for them. Hashtag not my representative.
They're secret. I don't know about how much anymore because we see a general in the third episode we talk about today, and he seems pretty cool that there's just aliens around.
Yeah, they're just okay with it.
I don't know how much.
Well, I think it's because of the Vilgax.
Oh, and in the beginning. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. Anyway, but I don't know. And like the fact that like I don't like anything about this episode really. This is the worst in my opinion of the three.
Yeah.
We get the Vreedles, which I don't mind as much anymore, but we get like Ben and Julian Ship not getting along, even though we've done that before.
Yeah, it's already been hashed out.
It's hashed out. They just kind of like spill it out more, and they kind
Ship turns into a bookcase
and a tennis racket.
Not cool.
It doesn't make sense.
No, not an upgrade.
It's very much like, what is your definition of technology at that point? Like anything is technology.
I mean, technically, yes. Anything that makes your life easier is supposed to be considered like technology, like simple. What we learned about it in
primitive technology.
Well, no, we learned about it in like early elementary called simple science or simple tools or something. It was like pulley and rope system. I can't remember the term for it, but I guess a bookshelf in a tennis racket would fall under that.
Technically, but then again, it's like upgrades like mechanical machines. We saw this in Classic though too. He upgraded like a Smith machine or something.
Yeah,
like,
and it's
like
that makes no sense.
Yeah, so I guess it's fine. But another thing too, Julie, it makes no sense. It confounds me. It's dumb.
Yeah,
dumb. So dumb it's smart. It's just dumb.
It's just dumb. That's a glass onion.
Yeah. But so she goes, don't. Okay, so the Vreedles come down to take ship, and she's like, don't turn into any tanks or missiles because we don't want you to know how valuable. We don't want them to know how valuable you are. They're already trying to take him away.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
And they were going to get paid for it at first, but then once Bazel says no to them, they're like, okay, we won't get paid, but we'll have to sell this on the black market now.
Yeah.
They would have already taken. It makes no sense. You could have shot them with missiles and exploded them, and then it would have had the same outcome. And no one even likes the Vreedles. They wouldn't even caught a charge for it.
Yeah. Absolutely. The judge even said you hired the Vreedle brothers.
Yeah.
Are you stupid?
What are the Vreedle brothers' powers? They have super strength. They have like an arsenal of weaponry that does anything.
They just keep switching out the weapons too. Like he just gets another one, shoots it, gets another one, shoots it. It's like, what are you doing?
There's a moment where Gwen's got a shield up and they throw a little thing and it like makes her shield disappear.
Completely. Yeah, didn't like that.
What is that? How does that work?
Yeah, and also Gwen, come on. Half this episode, you're just putting up shields.
Although I will say, Gwen could take these guys out like with one hand behind her back, but there's a point where she's like, okay, you sure you don't want me to hurt them?
Yeah.
She says that to Julie, and Julie's like, yeah, that's fine.
My issue is a lot of people say, oh, I feel bad for like Adam Eve or for Gwen because
nerfed by the animation.
Nerfed by the animation, nerfed by the creativity.
Yeah.
I could come up with at least 10 ways she could use those powers, and I'm not even a storyboard writer, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, well, we don't know, so we throw up the force fields. Giant scissors, you know? You want comical, giant scissors. Giant hammer, Shoot out massive cannon versions of your purple thing. Do laser beams with it. Something, if it's just an energy construct.
We've seen her shoot lasers out of her eyes. We've seen her make a energy projection that's so sharp it like cuts a building.
Yes.
Do that, but to their heads, to their necks.
Do it again, It's just dumb.
These people don't need to. The Vreedles don't need to be around.
Yeah.
They're bad. They're scum of the earth.
How about you cut their ship in half?
Something, yeah.
Anything.
You can put a force field around their weapons and like squeeze it until it just pops.
Stupid.
There's a million things Gwen could have done here that would have been.
And look
fine.
at it, we're not even storyboard writers. We're not animators. It's so simple.
The story itself, which I think again, this is not necessarily the writers or the artist's fault. It comes down from Cartoon Network. We want a sillier show about aliens. So here's the redneck characters. Here's the dumb rednecks. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Gotta have this episode.
Hillbillies.
Hillbillies. I think they're probably rednecks. They're gray necks.
They are gray.
What does that sound more?
That sounds racist.
That sounds bad, doesn't it? Gray necks.
What are the Vreedles though? So I don't care. You can call them whatever you want.
I think I was going to touch on this too. They're failed clones.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
So
we learned that later with the Ma and Pa stuff.
Right, and I was going to say, like, are they failed clones of one guy? Like, is it supposed to be the dad? Why is there even a Ma and a Pa if they are clones?
Yeah, maybe they needed the DNA from both, kind of like the clone of Superman.
Oh, like Lex Luthor and Clark Kent.
Yeah, but the reason they did that was because a full-blooded Kryptonian clone was unhinged and too OP, so they needed a human to kind of dial it down. What do you need two people for the Vreedle twins? They're already stupid as fuck.
Well, they're failed clones. They're not like perfect clones. Like,
yeah, kill them.
I don't understand why they do kill them sometimes. Like, sometimes they actually do die.
Yeah,
and they'll come back because they're just clones.
Oh, we're clones.
But like, they should be different. Like Mickey 17 rules.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen Mickey 17, we're gonna
definitely go watch it.
It's not really a spoiler, I guess, but like he kind of turns out a little different every time they clone him.
Yeah.
Anyway, the whole Julie Mech thing. How about that?
That was cool. It was the only highlight of the whole thing.
Yeah.
And then they put a plumber boot on him.
I like that. I like. There's a line Kevin goes, "It's a repo boot thing. I can get it off." And Ben goes, "This does not surprise me."
Yeah, I like that. But it's also like, we just used 80 weapons. Let's use the boot now.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah. Well, they're not the smartest. They get distracted by bubble wrap.
That was so stupid.
Thing.
And they couldn't run, like they ran like 20 feet. And by the time they were done with like 4 bubble wraps, they were still there. And
yeah.
Like, what are you doing?
It's so stupid.
Yeah. Hate this episode.
There's like a nice kind of moment between Gwen and Julie and Ben and Kevin. They're kind of like talking about significant others. And
Kevin's
like, Gwen's cool, but I don't know. It's like, what do you mean, Kevin? You're like married to her essentially now.
Yeah. And
you are together. You will never separate.
it's so funny too. He has these deep insights that he's talking to Kevin or Ben about, and then you go to Gwen. Gwen's like, Kevin's stupid. He only cares about his car, or I'm sorry, his ride.
Yeah.
And Kevin's over there. She likes the dog because it symbolizes your first date. And I'm just like, Gwen, do you even know who you have over here? This guy has got so many layers. He's an ogre.
He's not smart, but he is emotionally intelligent.
Yeah, he's like onion.
I guess he's like an onion,
Yeah,
a glass onion.
layers.
He's just dumb.
He's just dumb.
That's the onion.
I have my problems with that second movie, though, for real.
I do too. I think they kind of
When you can't come to the conclusion yourself because you physically can't,
Yeah.
you know, like all the good mysteries, you're supposed to put the clues together and hopefully come up with it yourself. They physically made it to where you can't do that because they go, surprise, she had a twin.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah. The surprise twin's never a good plot twist.
No, it's not. Because you want your viewers to come to the conclusion like right before you do.
Right. Yeah.
You know
for
what I
sure.
mean?
Or like at least have a hint of kind of what's going on.
Yeah.
But then it was like
Yeah.
because there was a bunch of like stuff that happened beforehand.
Because I really like guessing. I'm good at guessing. You know what I mean? And the whole time I was I'm stumped. I don't know who did it. And then they showed that. I was like, no, I couldn't figure it out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway.
Whenever Ship turns into a mech suit for Julie, she goes like they hit her with like lasers or something, and she goes, I can't even feel it. And it gave me like hard flashbacks to that episode of Adventure Time where Finn is wearing Jake as like a suit.
Yes,
like a mech
dude.
suit.
I
And he
love
goes,
that episode.
I can't feel anything, and Jake's just like,
Oh, he like jumps in a volcano or something.
he just gets the crap beat out. He like rides like a fence, like
Yeah.
jumps off a fence and rides it, and Jake's just like,
Yeah, dude. Oh, because
it
when he
makes me
first
think like
gets
Ship is like actually feeling the pain for Julie.
yeah, which he's got that weird texture. I love how he's like a soft blob thing,
Yeah,
but then when
yeah.
he does any mech things, he's like a hard.
It's like a metal, yeah.
Yeah, but
It's cool.
I like the Ship Julie's part. Ship Julie parts of the episode. It's really the only part I like.
I wish they would have given her the upgrade before the hybrid war. Then that way she could have had.
Yeah.
Although she did farm some aura whenever
Yeah,
she
when
was
riding
like
on top of it.
riding on top of that big ship, bro.
Bringing it to the judge part, I hated that Kevin was up there making a case,
Yep.
understood, because he's like, I understand this stuff, you know, like, let me talk. It's a chance for Kevin to shine.
Ben's
Ben
like, well,
literally
you've been there
goes-
as a defendant.
Yeah. Well, Ben goes up and goes, Ben Tennyson, savior of the universe, got the Omnitrix, breaks your desk accidentally. And
Yeah.
Sorry, Ben Tennyson, we shouldn't have even concerned you with these problems. And it's
like no repercussions.
Yeah, and it's like Kevin was showing off like a cool side of him.
Clearly, Ben has time to waste if he's going to court for small
Yes,
claims. Like,
exactly, dude. Exactly.
what about when Kevin goes up in there and he's just like, the judge goes, I recognize you. You're Kevin Levin. Where
Yeah.
did the last time I saw you, I said, if you were back in my court, I would throw the book at you and put you in the null void.
Mm-hmm.
He's not there because he's a defendant. They're trying to get the ship back.
Yeah, and as a judge, you can't do that. He has to be.
He's done
he has
nothing
to be
wrong.
accused of a crime.
He's actually helped Ben Tennyson save the universe.
Yeah.
Put some respect on Kevin's name.
Exactly, dude. Ugh,
What about the
stupid.
foul, uncouth, or the uncouth, foul-smelling hybrid? That's the bailiff.
Oh yeah, he's like, hey, enough.
He goes, objection.
I loved his color scheme, the blue
Yeah,
and red.
That's
So
very cool.
sick.
He might have been one, or maybe not him specifically, because I think those elders we saw were kind of bigger. But I think one of them had a red and blue color scheme.
I
right?
think the hybrids that were on the planet got more of the color schemes than the hybrids that were further away. So he may have been there as one of the guards that been beat up before he went and talked to all
interesting.
the people in the main room.
Huh.
Because his whole body was changed. you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
And with some of the hybrids, you'd see like different parts of them were changed.
The judge, I hate all that. I hate the courtroom stuff. Why is
I hate
there
that
a
the
Cosmic
judge
George
looks like that other guy.
from the frog episode, the
Yeah.
Alien X episode? I think his name was Raph. Instead, not
Yeah,
Raph, but Raph.
Yeah, hate that.
He says to the there's some, I think they're like, they're not the orc beasts, but there's like a character that we'd seen before, like an alien model that we'd seen in like classic.
Yeah.
And he goes, we can't eat babies. They're delicious, but we have rules against that.
Yes.
No, you don't. There's that freaking guy that eats the little marshmallow baby with
That
the Wrath
is
episode.
true. And he goes, you ate that baby.
He jumps down his throat,
Yeah,
grabs him out. So you can eat babies. It just depends on the baby, I think.
Yeah,
Maybe they can't eat babies of their own species or something.
something. Anyway,
Aliens, we got Jet Ray, Echo, Humongosaur, Goop. I didn't like the Echo stuff because he was trying to be a Humongosaur,
yeah.
and he
Just
goes,
press the button.
well, yeah, just press the button A. B is like, Echo is still competent.
Way more competent.
In classic, that joke kind of works if he's like, okay, 4 arms, but he gets gray matter. Gray matter is physically much shorter and smaller and meeker
And
than
can't-
4 arms.
Yeah, and in that situation, can't do anything.
Right. Echo can clone. He can do like his sonic
Wall
voice.
of sound.
He does a wall of sound, and it murks them. Like
know.
they make fun of him. They're like, "We're gonna put him on the back of our car," or
Yeah.
whatever. But bro, like Echo almost is more useful than Humongousaur in that situation.
Yeah.
Almost.
Way better.
I'm just saying, like all of his aliens are overpowered, so you can't really make a joke about like, man, I'm small now. It's like, okay, Echo's busted already, bro.
The only time is like, oh, I need to fly,
Yeah.
and then you get a non-flying alien. That's really the only issue
Exactly.
I would come up with.
And then like you can still just change and fix
That's
it.
the thing. Is like it can't be. It's a problem in Classic because you can't change.
Yeah.
We've seen you change.
You do it all the
I'm
time.
a Humongousaur. Okay, press your fucking button, dumbass.
Just try it again. Get something different.
It's not hard.
You might get a better choice.
Yes.
There's a bit in Omniverse that I like where he does do that, and it keeps giving him like shittier and shittier aliens.
Yeah.
He just like gets all the really small, kind of crappy ones, and he's
Yeah.
like, whatever.
Yeah.
That kind of works, but he doesn't even try that in these episodes. He just kind of getting what he's got, and then he's going. But you can do that in this because they're all OP. You know. Mm-hmm. Dumb episode.
Yeah.
4 out of 10.
Here's a great transition too. I'll give it a 2 out of 10.
2 out of 10.
We go from a useless, stupid filler episode,
Yeah.
into a pretty decent filler episode in
Single-handed.
I like that as a filler. I think it's really cool. You see some stuff where you have to see Ben like kind of do Ben stuff in the Null Void. He doesn't
Thinking on his feet.
Yeah, and he gets aliens, but nothing he's choosing. So he's like, okay, well, I gotta make do with what I have, kind of thing. I don't like. There's some parts when they turn him into Diamond Head.
Yeah.
And they're shooting out of the hand, and then Ben's shooting from that same arm.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that makes no sense.
There's all kinds of funky hand stuff in this.
Yeah.
There's the part where Big Chill puts his hand out, and there's like a freeze ray comes out of it.
Yes, dude.
There's a part
What?
where Brainstorm has his severed hand, and like lightning comes out of the severed hand part.
Yes.
A lot of just funky little extra stuff going on in this.
But I love Sunder. I think Sunder's super sick.
Sunder's very cool. I would describe him as the collector from Marvel. Is that his name?
Yeah.
The Guardians guy.
And since he's also like a bounty hunter kind of guy, he's like a 7/7 replacement kind of thing.
He's almost more like a Lobo type.
Yeah, but like 7/7 would be the guy we would probably.
Oh,
in
yeah,
this
yeah.
episode, you'd see 7/7 as the main bad guy.
The only difference, I guess, is that he's doing it for himself, where 7/7 would have been paid to do it.
Yeah, true.
Even though we do see Sunder do some repo work for Azimuth, I would have much rather preferred it if it was just Sunder searching after the Unitrix because it's a rare item.
Yeah.
And I guess Azimuth's like, well, he's good at finding rare items, but
It's like, also, you could just, if she's on Earth,
yeah.
hey, Ben, one of my things is over there. Can you go ahead and grab her for me?
Seems like it made a human copy out of your cousin's DNA.
Yeah.
Weird, by the way.
Also, it's also like you're paying Sunder. You just tell Ben to do it. Ben will be like, oh, yeah, sure, I'll go do that.
Yeah.
It's free.
I'll help you out.
Never understood picking Sunder other than just having a bad guy to fight in that episode.
If anything, it would have been the Vreedles because they are repo men.
God, I hate those guys.
But, I mean, Azimuth is smart enough not to use them, I guess.
Yeah.
He knows.
Besides that, the episode's fun. I like the dog chase scene. They're like, drop it. I'm like, first of all, you need to train your dog.
Yeah.
'Cause I tell Lance, hey, drop that. He'll drop it instantly. You're fighting your dog for a hand. I almost said Lance. How Ben's hand doesn't get just absolutely mutilated while you're trying to pull it out of the jaws of a dog.
Yeah.
Also, we were talking about it. The best way we came up with it is that the Omnitrix is controlling the hand.
Right.
Because we were like, how is the hand going? How does it know to find Julie? How the hell is it climbing up a tree? It's not Spider-Man.
No.
You can't do that.
There is some fun Spider-Man stuff in the beginning of this, though.
Yes, you get like
Spider Monkey's kind of...
yeah.
But he's grabbing his tail so it looks uncomfortable. You know what I mean?
It looks painful. Looks kind of painful.
But he's still swinging around like Spider-Man, which is cool.
To make it not painful, you kind of have to grab the web. That way there's no weight being pulled on the tail itself.
It could have been cool, too, if he would just like shot a web out and grabbed it as it was going away.
Or maybe you should not even have to grab it. Monkeys have like almost complete control of their tail like a hand. Like it's so when he's swinging...
Just swing by the tail.
Just let the tail do all the work. And they probably have a good... Anatomically, they should have a good weight distribution system to where they can swing on that web without it hurting.
My only thing is like they just want to do a reference to Spider-Man, so
Absolutely.
like he's got to be grabbing it,
Yeah, grabbing on that.
Grabbing on that daggone thing.
Yeah, you wrap your hands around that big old boy.
We want Spider-Man, damn it.
Yeah.
Like J. Jonah Jameson. I want pictures of Spider-Monkey.
Yes. Oh, he also survives like a 20-story drop.
Oh, yeah.
From the net.
What the hell, dude? Was he he was Jet Ray? Or?
Oh,
no,
and
he was Spider-Monkey.
Sunder's driving on a glider.
Yeah. Green Goblin style.
Yeah, so it's Green Goblin and Spider-Man at the beginning, like literally.
I didn't put that together. That's good.
Yeah, it just hit me.
I like Sunder's energy axe.
Yeah.
That's the whole reason Ben's hand gets separated, because the energy mixed with the feedback from the Omnitrix. Not that feedback, but feedback from the Omnitrix.
Sunder 2's like, I don't know where it goes. I'm just chopping. huh? I'd be wanting to know where that shit's going.
Yeah, he just thought he vaporized the poor boy.
Yeah, we get
took his hand.
that weird bit at the end where they switch Ben for Sunder, but it looks like Sunder got shrunk because of the aliens. Ben was like bigger than them, but then Sunder comes in and they're all bigger than him, chasing him around.
Strange.
No sense.
No sense. It's and I think we've seen like really big Havoc beasts. Like I think in Max Out there was a big Havoc beast. But I'll say
He
this
looked
now,
like
too.
a Havoc beast with an orc. Because didn't he have the orc beast like 4 legs? Or
No.
am I mistaken?
No, we saw those in the beginning. He fights an orc beast like right when he comes in.
No, I'm saying in Max Out, the Havoc beast you're referencing, did he not have those 4 legs?
I'll put it up here. If,
I need you to look.
Yeah, I'll look. But I think he has an orc beast and a Havoc beast. I think he has both of them on the team.
Got you.
Even though in this they're back to being feral and weird.
Yeah.
Just because I guess it's a reference back to Classic.
Mm-hmm.
We get the Vulpamancers from Classic. We get that Orc Beast from Classic. We get the Havoc Beast. We get the Guardian, the Null Guardian from Classic as well.
Those guys are cool.
Can we have a different design for a scary monster than something we had in Classic?
Yeah.
I know I love Classic, and that episode is great that we were referencing back to.
But you don't
the Phil
understand. It's
episode.
hard making new monsters.
It is. It is. And I guess you're in the Null Void. You would expect a certain amount of monsters that you've seen already, but like just maybe 1 or 2 new
We'd
ones.
like to see something cool.
Some cool, variation.
Or let's see some wild versions of Ben 10's new aliens.
Yeah, that'd be
let's
cool.
see a swarm of wild big chills.
Oh, yeah.
That'd
be cool.
Yeah, swarm them.
Yeah.
That'd be sick.
I'd like to see some, like, just anything, like radiated whatever. We know in the future they put, like, radiated Waybigs in there, and that's kind of a big threat they keep coming back to.
You could see, like, some, I think, like, some long neck versions of Humongosaur, like just grazing on some stuff.
That'd be funny.
He ends up, like, riding one, going away from something. You could have got creative with the ones you have.
Just something more than, like, okay, we've seen these before,
Yeah.
And we've seen them in Max Out as well, so now it's like the Null Void only has these 3 types of aliens in it. It's just,
like,
it's
it
old
seems
at
like
this
you
point.
guys are targeting.
Yeah.
There is some racial bias in the plumbers.
We know they're, like, chill because Max works with them and
Chill
Max
like
Out.
that.
Do it again.
Chill like that. Yeah, it is a little. That's probably the big negative for me. Is just like, okay, we've seen this, been there, done that, moving on, kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
But I love like Ben just running around as Ben. A lot of people love when you see Ben acting heroic without the watch.
Yeah.
So
He full on like throws a rock on the one guy.
Yeah.
He goes into a stinky river to get out of the smell range of the what they call Vulpamancers.
yeah.
He's pretty good.
Yeah, Kevin loves the fact that Ben's been locked in the null
Laughed
void.
his ass off.
Yeah, not believable laugh.
It sounded kind of fake. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was almost like he was more, showboating that he didn't get stuck in the null void or something.
Julie also is just a down bitch because she's like a ride or die. She sees Ben's hand and instantly is like, "Okay, I have to fix this. Let's go."
Yeah, if my boyfriend's hand was the only thing left of him, I would be like, "What the? Where's he at?
Where's the rest of his body?
Where's the rest of you?"
Yeah.
Kevin makes a bunch of hand puns. There's a couple funny things in this.
Yeah.
One of the funnier things for me, he's like, "Oh, you want to hold Ben's hand? Oh, gotta hand it to you."
Yeah.
They make a lot of hand puns, obviously, as they would. But then Gwen looks at him all mad, and she goes, "Are you done?" And he goes, "Yeah, I'm out."
Yeah.
It's just a real moment of like, I don't have any more.
I'm done. I thought I'd have more, but
like
I'm stopping because I'm out, not because you told me to.
I like this moment. Gwen is saying something about keep it away from the big ugly guy or something, and then Kevin looks up and she goes, "The other big ugly guy."
There's also a part like Ben's running around doing something. It pans back to them fighting Sunder at the end, and Julie and Gwen are just throwing Ben's hand like a keep away from Sunder.
Yeah.
And he's just, and then he runs and grabs Julie, and Julie's face was like, "Oh my god, I did not see this coming. What are you doing?"
What? How did this? How could these possibly have got off the rails like this?
Yes. Like, hey, if you're just trying to keep it out of his reach, put Gwen, grab it with her powers, and then just hold it up in the air, like straight up in the air or something. And he has a glider. What's he jumping for?
He should be. I think he should be cooler than he is. Played by Powers Booth is the guy's name.
Yeah.
Powerful name.
Yeah.
Powers Booth.
Booth. That's not like a stage name or anything. That's his real
I'm
name.
sure it's a stage name. It's
gotta be a stage name.
it's more memorable. I remembered it.
Absolutely.
Had to write it down a little bit, but
Yeah.
don't think about that part.
Absolutely not. Wouldn't even dream of it.
I wish he came back. He comes back in Omniverse. He gets a cool redesign in that.
Yeah.
He doesn't show up very often though. I think it's just because I like that archetype of a character that's like there's a rare like interesting thing and it's mine now. I'm gonna go find it. Like he has a tracker for the Omnitrix.
Yeah.
they try to like throw him off. Kevin's like, here's a anti-particle cannon, something, and he's like, oh, okay, cool. He just kind of instantly was like, oh, this is it's a good opportunity for me to find this. And his thing's not working because the hand gets switched to the null void. Did you notice anything about the alien transformations in this episode?
No.
Pretty sure every single alien, besides like the ones that he got from the classic playlist in the War of the Worlds, show up in this. Like I'm pretty sure 9 out of 9. Okay, I'll tell you what. Chromostone's not here because he's dead.
We get every other alien.
Every other alien plus Diamond Head. So
how?
Okay, so we get Spider Monkey in the beginning. He turns into Humongosaur after the net situation. He turns right back to Ben, though. The Omnitrix effing him over. Or maybe it's needed a charge. I don't know. Then he turns into Big Chill. He gets turned into Big Chill by the dog or the kids or somebody. Then he turns into Swamp Fire to fight off the Vulpamancers, and the fire shoots out of the hand. And then he turns into Jet Ray to fly. Julie is fighting Sunder with a hand, so she turns to Diamond Head to fight Sunder. Ben turns into Goop because he's falling. Then he turns into Brainstorm because the Havoc Beasts turn him into Brainstorm in the other dimension. And then he's Humongosaur again. And then he turns into Echo at the very end to finally beat Sunder.
Wow.
That's what I'm saying. Echo is more useful than Humongosaur.
Yeah, but all those transformations, too. He didn't turn into Alien X.
No Alien X, but...
So 8 out of 10.
Well, I would say 9 because Chromosome's kind of in Diamond Head.
He's not.
So 8 out of the original 10.
8 out of 10.
Yeah.
I'm not giving it to you.
And then 1 of classic. Yeah. Good showing. Yeah. We've rarely gotten that before. That's usually reserved for episodes like Secrets.
Well, when they all have one voice actor. So it gets a lot easier.
So true. You're not wrong. But it's weird, like this episode out of all episodes, we see every single alien.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's weird. I don't really have too much more to say, but honestly, Gwen sucks in this. The energy thing is... The energy thing really messes up Gwen. There's the moment where Julie has the hand. She turns into Diamond Head, like I said. But Gwen and Kevin are arguing if they could have the hand of Humongosaur or Swamp Fire. Swamp Fire is the clear choice, no?
I think so, yeah.
Because he can do fire out of the hand, and he can also regenerate if it gets destroyed.
Is that the one Kevin said?
Quick, turn it to Humongosaur.
Are you crazy? Swamp Fire.
I think Kevin said Swamp Fire. I think Gwen said Humongosaur.
Yeah, just like her cousin.
Just like her cousin.
What a Tennyson thing to say.
I like when Brainstorm rolls around on the floor for a minute.
I don't remember that at all.
He just kind of rolls away from a hit or something, and it looks fun. It looks like a Sonic roll. He just kind of rolls up on his head.
What the?
I'll put it in, obviously. Yeah, that's basically like I think it's kind of dumb the way they get the hands separated, but I think it's a fun episode, so it doesn't really matter.
It's a fun filler episode, right?
Yeah.
And I think it shines if this season, like we said, had a through line.
Yeah.
We can take a break and have an episode like this.
Yeah.
But when you have a lot like this, and then they all kind of suck.
Yeah.
Yeah. It kind of drags them all down.
Maybe Vilgax could have been the through line, and we could have seen Sunder come from Vilgax.
Kind of is the through line, just because he comes back at the end.
He's in 2 or 3 episodes. He's in like the Ghost Freak episode. Yeah. He's in the first and the last. But
which actually it seems a lot like a Ben 10 Classic season.
Yeah, kind of. I think with the Vilgax, the season 1, it's more integrated, and we see him kind of like either sending like bounty hunters down, or we see Ben get a weird vision of him or something.
Yeah.
There's nothing really like that in season 3 to where it makes him kind of the continuous threat. Also, Ben beats him like seemingly, but with a hand tied behind his back. Like he turns into Diamond Head and beats him.
Yeah.
So it's like we get Diamond Head beating Vilgax. Like, are we kidding me? Like,
well, I mean, Diamond Head is the GOAT. So
he's the GOAT.
You better watch your mouth.
But I will say he tries fighting him with Diamond Head in the first series, and he doesn't win. So he does get stronger, I guess, throughout it.
Yeah.
Maybe like a
I give it a 7.
Maybe like an Albedo come in. He could be the through line.
Oh, yeah.
Because he's at the end of this, too. And it turns into Ultimate Alien. So.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I give this one a 7.
I give 7, too. It's nice. It's not, like, threatening. It's nothing super memorable, but I'm also not going to, like, turn it off,
Yeah. What's our next one?
It's called If All Else Fails. It's about the hybrid.
Oh, yeah. The best one.
We keep saying it's the best one. I think it's pretty boring, though. It's not like
but the
a bad episode.
Titan thing looks sick.
It does look sick, but the thing is,
and we get Grandpa Max in it.
True.
We get Rhiney.
Rhiney is good. Rhiney definitely brings it up.
Kind of the motive behind it, eating a nuclear reactor and then just blowing up, kind of doesn't really make a lot of sense.
I think it's just like we want this to be a high stakes thing because the hybrid are back, and this is like the hybrid were like the big threat of the last series, but like or the last seasons. But the plot basically is that there's an earthquake that wakes up a sleeper cell, and he collects a bunch of organic matter in the form of people to make this big titan, or I guess to just pilot this big titan.
Yeah.
Made out of like trees and grass and stuff.
He also says something like, I only have like 5 out of 100, but I'll make do. And it's like, were you going to build more of these? Or there was supposed to be 100
Was it gonna be
controlling this
bigger?
one? What's going on here?
Right.
But having a giant mech thing was sick.
It's pretty sick. Grandpa Max got seated because he was a prisoner of the hybrid at one point. I guess we see him be a prisoner in that one episode.
Kevin complaining about Grandpa Max's war stories. I'm like, look, dude, he's Grandpa Max, okay? He's going to die soon.
He's not going
You
to die
better
soon.
love every second of him.
We've got like 30 more years with Grandpa Max, probably.
Shut up. I'm just saying. He's an old man, okay? And he's your grandpa.
Yeah.
You know, he adopted you, Kevin. Listen to every story 3 times over, and you eat those squid burgers.
Eat those nasty,
Octopus
disgusting
burgers.
squid burgers.
I bet you they taste phenomenal. Okay?
We tried some squid that one time, and it
Yeah.
was pretty... No, we tried octopus.
Octopus.
It was pretty good.
Yeah, it was octopus burger. I just misspoke.
No, it was a squid burger.
It was an octopus burger.
You know, a story's a lot like barbecue squid. Can't rush either one.
It was an octopus burger.
Barbecue squid.
He goes, there's beak and eyeballs in this one.
Octopus have beaks.
I just watched it the other day. It's squid.
It's octopus.
It's squid.
It's octopus. Whatever if it's squid. But I will state that octopus do have beaks.
Yeah, they do, and they taste good.
Yeah.
We like calamari.
So it could be
Was
squid or
calamari
octopus.
squid?
No, yeah, calamari is squid. Yeah.
I feel less bad about eating squid. I don't think they're as smart
Yeah.
as octopus. Octopus are super smart, apparently.
Are squids not super smart?
I don't think they're as smart as octopus. I mean, I could be wrong about that. I have no clue.
I don't know.
I'm not a biologist. What do it look like?
I think it's because squid live deeper than
They get bigger, too, don't
than
they?
octopus. Well, the giant squid does.
The giant squid.
I love the fact that giant squids were proven to be a thing. You
know,
what
it's
I mean?
real.
That's awesome. 30 to 40 foot squids?
Yeah.
That's terrifying.
It's because they get eaten by the sperm whales.
Yeah. Well, and if they come up too far, you will never see them at the surface
true.
before they're dead because they can't handle the pressure change.
Yeah, yeah.
So
The only time that I ever think of that you get Ben being disappointed by being Humongosaur, he turns into Humongosaur wanting way big.
wanting way big. He's like, Humongosaur's not huge enough.
This might be the last time we ever see him in his like big form too,
Yeah,
big boy
yeah.
form.
And you notice he didn't do that. He just was that, you know?
Yeah, that's the first time we've seen him just fully big, right?
Awkward.
Awkward.
I can't believe it.
Kevin's car gets an upgrade in this. It's like an off-road vehicle for a minute.
It further reinforces the fact that the car is now just the rust bucket. And
Yeah,
the fact that it
yeah.
has whatever it needs in the moment that it needs it to have.
This gives a little bit of permanent retirement classic whenever Grandpa Max gets taken over as well.
Yes, yeah.
For a man that's like used to dealing with aliens and is one of the best characters
He's
for
old,
like
man.
he's old, yeah, he's
old
just old
dude.
out of it.
Yeah.
That's why people say Robin can not beat Grandpa Max. I'm like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Remember all that? Big
Brother,
debate?
don't even get me started. The glaze of the Benton fandom knows no limits. I'll tell you that
True.
right now.
I like when they go inside it. It's like a magic school bus episode for a
Yes,
minute.
yeah.
They're like, oh, it's the white blood cells. They send out the antivirus to stop the whatever.
Yeah,
So
I
I'm
think
like,
it's pretty cool.
It was cool.
The whole mech part is like the coolest part of it.
Yeah.
I don't agree that the guy. I guess it's like it's courageous and it's like the action of him sacrificing himself. The problem is I don't think he dies in this situation.
'cause he's strong enough.
Like
or
I don't
what?
think he should die because he puts on the helmet thing and he makes the thing fall over, and then he dies too. What are you talking about? He's inside the suit. Just get out. He's laying there. He's like, they have to think I'm dead for this to really go hard, and then I'll just make a new life somewhere else. But I'll go on in infamy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, if he survives, he might be like the only like purebred, like actual hybrid.
That's
left,
the thing, dude. Oh, he's a gatekeeper for sure.
He could have been. I mean, he's a good soldiers follow orders kind of guy anyway. But if he wasn't, he'd be like, well, I'm more pure than
Yeah.
Rhiney.
Yeah.
There's a part where Rhiney like shows him his hand.
They tell Ryan, he's
Look
like,
at it.
are there any other sleeper cells? He's like, of course not. I will look into it, though.
I'll double check.
Yeah. Stupid.
Swampfire being the reason that Grandpa Max like gets freed from the big thing, I think that's cool. Like,
Yeah.
that's like him
It's
using
the
his
most
power set.
Yeah, it's the most
Yeah.
obvious pick to try and take him down.
Did you think of that like as soon as it happened? Like, oh, it's mostly plant life. I
Yeah.
was like, we'll just use Swampfire and like control it.
Mhm. I was thinking wildfire because you brought it up the same time I had the thought.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, you just take a plant alien, take control of them.
He said he couldn't like keep it for long, keep the connection long, but he had enough time to like get Grandpa
which
Max
makes
out
sense.
of
There's
there.
got to be like it's like a muscle, you know,
yeah.
trying to control a massive mech suit. You probably can't do it very well
Probably
for very
hard.
long.
I like that the hybrid when he starts controlling it, just like slops the thing back on his head.
Yeah, it looks gross. Looks real gross.
It's just like, would that even work? It's not
Yeah.
like skin tight, you know.
Who knows, dude?
Aliens, we got Spider Monkey, Humongosaur, Jet Ray, Diamond Head, and Swampfire. None of them do anything super memorable besides the swamp fire thing.
Yeah.
Diamond Head cuts like some umbilical cords.
Yeah.
Cool, I guess. Anyway, yeah, maybe like a 6. I think it's a little boring, but it's a good episode.
Yeah, it's middle of the road for the 3 that we
What'd you say it was?
watched. I think I gave it a 5.
5. I can't believe that I'm ranking this lower than the Sunder episode.
The Sunder episode was fun.
It was fun, and I liked that it was kind of gimmicky. Like it was sort
I'm
of like
telling you,
classic.
I kind of zoned out for parts of that mech one, even though I really liked it. Like I don't even remember.
They could have done more
some of
with
those
it, I
transformations.
think, because like the bulk of the episode is just them
Chasing
walking.
it, yeah.
Oh, I didn't mention Richard McGonagall's back as Rhiney, and he does his like Sully voice when he's talking about when he's the general. It's the Sully from Uncharted.
I'm sorry about that, but that's Twin Mesa Nuclear Plant. You understand what happens if we don't stop it? Had to grease a few palms. Did go through the rest of your money and a good chunk of my own, but hey.
It's just funny that like that's his role that he's known for, but he was on Ben 10 for like a long time before he ever did the Sully voice.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah. What do you guys think about these 3 episodes? Do you like them? Do you dislike them? Let us know in the comments. What is your favorite episode? What's your least favorite? I'd like to know that as well. We'll see you guys next time for another 3 episodes. It's going to be the dark episodes.
Yes,
with
we get some magic going on.
magic and
Dirt Star Man.
he comes back. He'll always come back.
Yeah, it's like a bad case of the runs. They're caused by the Dirt Star.
What? They're caused by the Dirt Star?
Yeah, your butthole.
It causes you to have diarrhea?
Don't think too deep about it.
Don't
okay?
think too deep about it, even though you think way too deep about everything now.
No, I don't. You do, and that's what I yell at you for. You're an English teacher when it comes to this freaking. Well, what do they mean by Ben turning into this alien? Shut up.
I hate you.
Yeah, I hate you too. I can't believe we're friends.
But I love you guys.
Yeah,
Come
like
on.
and subscribe.
Come on back next week.